Hey guys, Jip here, and welcome back to another Call of Duty World War II multiplayer gameplay. And yes, what you are seeing is actually Shipment in Call of Duty World War II. If you're no longer keeping up with it, they did add Shipment into this game. So I think it's like, what, the fourth time I want to say that Shipment in a way has been brought back. I think we had it in COD 4, MWR, this game. I think Ghost did a variant of it, or maybe it was Advanced Warfare, one of the two, but it seems like Shipment might be the #1 map to be brought back. But this is not just a normal Shipment gameplay. There is going to be 210 kills dropped between me and Kyoko. I do believe this is her first 100 plus kill gameplay, and we both pull it off on Shipment. And I wanted to post it. I wanted to get it up. Yes, it's the same typical thing with Shipment. You spawn, kill, die, spawn, kill, die. Things of that nature. We do get streaks. And I ended up playing this map almost, 2.5 hours last night. Just because I am not used to, in World War II, getting streaks on, like, normal kill streak lengths. So, most of the time, I'm having to go on 15 kills for, like a glide bomb or things like that. Whereas I come in here in domination, when you kill people because they're so close to their flags, you're getting, 100, 150 points per kill. And it feels like Call of Duty once again has returned. But the problem is, it started ramping up last night on Shipment. Satchel charges started getting spammed, and requisition was in full force, to where half the team, if not the whole enemy team, was using it. Luckily, if they're all running paratroopers, you can simply just look up and shoot them all before they're able to actually land. So it's not that big of a deal, but we were getting people last night who were using, firebombing run, carpet bomber, and then using the ball turret gunner on a tiny map. And there's really nothing you can do to avoid that. So, I don't know. If they're going to keep in Shipment 24/7, requisition needs to be disabled. Honestly, I'm still on the boat for I want requisition to be deleted from this game, period, because I think it literally makes this game one of the worst CODs. And it's only like one little ribbon that, for me, is doing it. Because at least in other games, when the streaks were lackluster, you could earn them normally. But here, it's like, they do have some decent killing potential. I think the fighter pilot is one of the best streaks in the game. But then, people are still, earning them without earning them. You know what I mean? They're just playing the game without actually going on a streak. Which kind of gets rid of the idea of, a streak. Unless you want to call it a death streak, then it, I guess, makes perfect sense, right? But this map, I actually think I like the Shipment better than any other Shipment we've seen so far. I know one of them, they brought it back, but then expanded it and made it bigger. I want to say it was Ghost. I want to say. And then on, like, COD 4 and MWR, it's a little bit of a darker map. I think I really do like it being this bright. Or at least on the other versions, it was more cloudy. But I'm really happy with this. And it looks like what they did is they modified the headquarters in a way where the lower region... Because if you look when my fighter pilot comes out, it looks very similar to the headquarters if they chopped it up and just put it in there. And if that's what they did... Yay! I know some people they were complaining about this, the fact that, oh, we get Shipment again. I wish they would stop remaking maps. And it's like, I could understand that when it comes to DLC, because they remade Resistance from WW3 and Occupation, and then Detroit from Advanced Warfare kind of made a return in layout. So I can see why people are saying that, but the caveat when it comes to this map, they just straight up gave it to us for free. So I'm definitely not going to complain about it. The last time I think we were getting free maps was MW3. And I want to pitch this as well. Now that we have Shipment brought back, and now that we have, like, the pit and headquarters, we are close to being able to have face-off in a way return. If you don't know what face-off is, it was in MW3, which were maps specifically built for, like, 1v1, 2v2, and 3v3s. And it was one of my favorite parts of MW3 as well. I really enjoyed it. So now they have it set up to where we could technically do 1v1 and 2v2s if we throw the pit into its own, like, little map thing where you can load into it, outside of the headquarters. And then you could throw Shipment into it. And I think that'd be, like, an interesting mechanic to bring back. I don't know if we have any maps small enough for, like, 3v3, but large enough for it, if you know what I mean. Because there were some maps in MW3's face-off, I think Getaway was one of them, where it capped out at 2v2. But I wouldn't mind seeing a return like this. With this update, we got Shipment, We got a Leprechaun Mosh Pit where I think you play normal modes, but you try to kill a Leprechaun in it as well to get full streaks. It's kind of like a field order if you think about it. Then we got 2 new guns, a machine gun and SMG. I don't have either of them. They also changed up the UI, so now you can essentially hit up operations, collections, and do most of the stuff without actually going into the headquarters, which I really like. I still wish they would add in an option for the headquarters where I can have my own headquarters, because I do like making thumbnails. We don't have theater mode. And if you've been around since Black Ops 3, the way I made all those sick looking, you know, thumbnails was I would go into private match, enable theater mode, and like detonate C4 behind me and then get a good angle and stuff like that. We don't have theater mode in this game. I really hope it's come back in the next COD, but I have to make do with what I've got here. And it's really nothing special, and that's why the thumbnails kind of suck compared to what I used to do. But if I could go into my own headquarters, I could maybe change it up, get better looks and stuff like that. Because right now, when I try to do it in headquarters, I have to make sure nobody's in the pit, nobody's killed, nobody's joining, and I'm away from everybody. And it's just, it's meh. So maybe that's one thing I would like to add, but that's like a very, 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 I'm like a tiny minority here with the needs of wanting a private headquarters. It's also nice joining into the headquarters and not wanting to hear everybody yakking too, because that's one of the first things I do when I load in. If I care about getting social score, I immediately mute everybody because I don't want to hear bad mics, breaking up mics, things of that nature. And apparently there's also been some bugs that have come back with this patch. According to the chat last night, the loud announcer has returned to war. I don't know which maps, they just said that. I went to get my Wilco variant that you can get for either doing a contract or an order, and I was just giving supply drop. I might have to follow up and see if it just shows up and like you don't like get it like it pops up on screen, but it turns out in your inventory. I'm gonna have to go take a look at that because then it's not a bug. And then there was one where I was trying to set up my, I guess, 15th creator class slot, and every time I added an attachment or tried to change the camo, it backed me out and put me at like my 5th slot, which was like my MP40 class, which is very weird. Overall, I'm glad Sledgehammer is still supporting the game and trying to put in new stuff. And I tried, like, I know sometimes I complain about they're not doing anything, right? But like, my domination is still 50 points per kill. That's my biggest issue when it comes to this game. And the fact that we've gotten, 3 months of new guns, game modes, and things of that nature without getting Dom XL, it really sucks from my point of view. And we got Shipment, right? It's one of the smallest maps ever Call of Duty. I think the smallest. We're allowed to play 6v6 on it, right? Why can't we have ground war on the larger maps again? Because they said they didn't really design maps for ground war. It would be too chaotic, bad spawns, but you brought back Shipment. So in my opinion, that argument is null and void. Can we please have ground war now? Because that's pure chaos. And like, it'll give us the choice if we want it. Because right now you have a Shipment only mosh pit type of playlist. Everyone's playing it. It's chaotic. It's crazy. People are getting streaks. They're having fun. Some people are using requisition. They're assholes. So why not give us ground war with Dom XL in it? But I will say, after experiencing the Shipment mosh pit, requisition is gonna have to be dealt with if you're putting in Dom XL. Because it will be just as crazy as Shipment is right now. Because with Shipment, you get about halfway through the game, and then there's like 2 to 3 sets of paratroopers, bombing runs, and all the streak starts coming, and it's just like hell. So the only thing I can think of to combat that will be, if I'm playing Shipment from now on, running flat guns. I'm not going to use requisition to get the flat guns. I'll use ordnance and just, camp a little bit when I get my flat guns, and then just start rushing left and right. That way I have them for when people start using their stuff. But outside of that, it just kind of sucks. And like the satchel charge spam, it's bad. It really, really is. Like, you think people posting up with machine guns and shooting through walls? Yeah, I mean, it takes a little bit more bullets to kill people, but you have a full team running around with Saboteur or Satchel Charge, you're just not going to want to play that map. We had 1 or 2 games, and I think I immediately just backed out because I wasn't going to tolerate that. But I don't know. We'll see how they keep tuning this game, because as of right now, they are adding in kind of mixed up game modes. I hope they bring back Ricochet for hardcore. I really enjoyed that. I really, really did. And it would be nice when, you know, a person throws a grenade in hardcore thinking they're throwing it towards alpha, but it's nowhere near alpha, and you get killed 1 off of V2 by, you know, a teammate dreaming. And yeah, that kind of sucks. So I hope they bring back Ricochet, but then that might be able to get exploited in a manner too, because if they drop any type of thing that you could trigger to kill, or if you walk through their firebombing run, it'll get them killed. So there might have to be like a little bit more coding put into it. So it's like if a teammate walks through your firebombing run, like they don't die, but you also don't take damage, kind of thing. But I'm still conflicted because I want to give props to Sledgehammer because they added in like a lot of stuff, and they also fixed supply drops even better. So I mean, I think the current supply drop system is the best one we've seen yet. In opening every single supply drop last night, I always had a new item. So they mentioned that they were fixing supply drops. Well, I noticed that at most I would get 2 duplicates. I would never get 3. And if you watch me do supply drop openings when I was doing them, that's all I got. It felt like was 3 duplicates, and maybe every once in a while I'd get an epic or a heroic that I didn't have. But with just even a common supply drop, I always got something new, which that makes me really happy. I wish Treyarch would like go back and put that in their system, because I am kind of a completionist. I want to have everything in the game. That's me. And I can't do that in Black Ops 3. I've got most stuff, but I want everything, right? And I've played, you know, 49 days in Black Ops 3. I think I should have everything. So if that's how the system is working in Call of Duty World War II, is that you're guaranteed, you know, at least 1 new item, then it's only a matter of time before I get all the heroics. And supposedly they also added heroics or another top tier variant for each gun class. So we can be arguing that they've been lazy. They haven't been. They've been grinding out, putting in new stuff, trying to make people happy, trying to give people reasons to play. But when it still comes down to it, for me, there's still too much, you know, BS in the game that they've left in. If they got rid of Requisition and just like got rid of the Saboteur C4 combo, or Saboteur completely, just go ahead and pull it, because quicker explosive detonations and 2 times explosives, really. Pull those 2 things, Dom XL. I can manage with the streaks being as high as they are. I'll just throw an ordnance and we'll be fine. That's all I would ask for, personally. But we'll see how this goes, because they said Dom XL is supposedly coming at the end of March. We'll find out if they're going to tune Requisition at all, or if we're just going to get it, and oh boy, it's going to be interesting. But this has been a 210 kill gameplay with me and Kyoko, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know this has actually been a longer video. I don't know if y'all want longer videos, let me know. And yeah, hit that subscribe button if you're new, drop a like if you enjoyed, and until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys later. Peace out.